always said, I've grown up with my dad always at work, and to go see your dad, you got to go to work.
I would ask you, Kate, if you don't mind, to accept a small presentation.
Thank you very much.
Number one.
Oh, look, I'll be back.
And you'd see your dad, or he'd come home, he'd eat dinner and go straight to bed. By the time you wake up in the morning, he's already gone. Some nights we'd be in bed before he gets home. So that you got to go to work to see your family, sort of thing, and to hang around them and learn. And
He's got a baby. Right, got the pen.
and there's nothing wrong with that. That gives you the work ethic of today.
It gives you the work ethic, but does it give you the play ethic? Does it get to learn to play?
Oh yeah, because when you do learn, when you do stop and actually do spend time together, you don't really give a excuse the French, but you don't care about work. You really don't. You're joking around, you laugh, and it's a different altogether. Because you can, like, you know what? We work all day, we work all week. Let's go relax now, and you laugh. You know what? If we go have a cigar or we go have dinner or whatever the case is, we're going to do it in fun.
What about the old days of piggybacking and wrestling and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, now we give Dad a piggyback every now and again. Yeah. He can't carry us no more. But no, it's good. But we still do it. We still give each other a slap on the head and come on, let's keep going. Yeah. And it's the way it is. That's our motivation. You know what? We all have our blues. We all have our ups and downs. But you know what? We all slap each other on the back of the head and say, let's keep going. And that's the best way. It's the best way to be.
It's special, isn't it?
Oh yeah. You don't get it often.
I guess if you could pass that on to your own kids.
Oh, that'd be a godsend. To be able to pass anything on. Especially with the way things are today, with technology and you know what, to see kids' faces when they're eating a banana, or that's a different level altogether.
Oh, you see that?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah. When do you see that?
When we sell it to them, or when we hand it to them, when their mums are walking around the shop and here, have a banana. Or you hand them a strawberry and then their whole face lights up over something so small that we all take for granted. When you're young, you don't take that for granted. It's wow.
So working in the shop,
yeah. That's a big part of all of our lives, the shops. How customer interacting and how to talk. Not be a stranger, not treat people like strangers. And
is that right?
Yeah.
So you learnt that in the shop?
Yeah.
That's great skills, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, you can't ever be taught that. That's something that you're born with. And
No, my wife had a baby boy. And the contact. Healthy life. No. And a happy life.
Friend called John. Okay, friend called John.
To look after his father's business.
You know what? We can all talk, but it's just who wants to talk, who can voice their opinion, and it's just the way it is.
A lot of people can't.
No.
They can't engage. And you were talking about engaging with people, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. They can't start a conversation. They wouldn't know where to start.
Whereas you can.
Oh.
From learning what you learned in the shop,
yeah,
you've learned to engage with people, haven't you?
You can talk. Like, look, I went from you here on the side of the road, I said, who the hell's this bloke? To here we are now. And we soon figured each other out.
And it's been, we're on to the second stick.
Yeah.
Not second tape, second stick, which is great.
Yeah. So there you go.
So what else did you learn in the shop?
What else did we learn in the shop?
Kids like fruit and vegetables?
Fruit and vegetables, just, I don't even know. You can't even explain. You can't explain it. Just, what did I learn in the shop? I am what I am. That's from the shops. The way you present yourself, the way you talk to people, that's what I learned in the shop. How to interact. It's just, it's a different level. It's a different, like, not a different level, but like just it's a different mindset of getting up in the morning, going to work, having to put a smile on your face and keep going every day. That's a mindset. But then it becomes, you forget about the real world. It's all about, that's it. So that becomes who you are. And it's a great thing. There's nothing wrong with that. So you keep going every day, and you know what? You don't ever find anyone fake. You just, because that's the way it is. It's your persona. You find the people, you talk to them, how you going? Hello, Mrs. Smith, how's Mr. Smith? And like just random things. And it all works.
Did you learn a lot from your dad?
I learned everything from my father. Everything.
Yeah?
Absolutely everything I learned. I was like a sponge as a kid. Like from when I was 8 years old and I first stacked away my pallet of eggplant at 8 years old. Yeah, I couldn't even reach the second layer of the pallet, but here's his 8 layers, and I'm looking at it thinking, oh my God, how am I going to do this? So when I learned how to drive and learning at the markets, just everything was from my father. Just watching, just learning, and you know what? We all went through it. We all copped the hiding. We all done something wrong, and you know what? That's what brought us up. All those little mistakes. And you know, I love my childhood the way it was. You wouldn't change it.
You're kidding.
Yeah, I wouldn't change it.
Why do you love it compared to kids who sit at home and watch television all the time, or play games?
Because the ones that sit at home all the time, they don't have a drive. They don't have get up in the morning to go out and say, you know what, I want to go buy a house, or you know what, I want to go buy a car. Something so simple, like going to buy a car. It's, I'm not interested. People don't even want to get their driver's license anymore because they're too lazy, which is a problem. That is a problem. Have some drive about you. Get dressed. Go have a shave in the morning. Have some pride. And that's what I've learned.
I guess you went out and bought a truck.
We went out. We got stupid. Yeah, it was good.
Who did you go out with to buy the truck?
Oh, Dad went out. He bought it. He said to me, he goes, "Come on, let's go." It all started over something so silly.
Like what?
5 years ago, about 5 years ago now, I was driving our old truck, and
Oh wow, what a difference.
Yeah, quiet now, eh?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a chick.
And we had a driver come along, and Dad put the driver on, and I didn't want to get out of the truck. Remember how I said before about you get out of the truck, but you always get dragged back in? Well, I didn't want to get out. I wasn't ready to get out. And he said to me, he goes, when the driver quits, I'll go buy you a truck, whatever truck you want, the 909. So the day the driver quit, that same day he quit, within 3 seconds, I said to him, you're up. This is your bet. That was 2 years later, mind you. So anyway, he stuck to his word, and we started building this truck from day one and just kept it going. It took 12 months to get the truck. Took another 18 months to get the trailers. And then it all went from there. Then I haven't got out of it since. Just working it, taking it to shows, and yeah, it's pride. This is like, you know what, this is our house. It's the same as you'd wash your concrete at home. I wash my wheels on the truck. Or wipe the floor down every day, or just something so simple. Make your bed, like, because you're at home. Yeah. Which is amazing.
Where's your home?
Here, this is home. This is home. I got my weekend house in Kingston.
Kingston.
Yeah, I'm only there on weekends. Well, towards the end of the shop area, we had 2 shops and a warehouse on the go. Up to probably about 65 staff. Yeah. And we had that on the go. Then a bloke offered us money for the shop, so we took that, and bloke offered the other shop at Jamison. You know what? We said, you know what? Time to calm down a little bit. Let's all get together back as a family, all 4 of us, me, my brother, my mum and dad, and let's worry about the warehouse. And that's what we did. And we just went from there. And you know what? It was the best thing we ever did.
Is that right?
Yep. Shops are completely different now.
Yeah.
Very hard.
Inside.
Oh, as a family, we're a lot stronger as a family now. A lot stronger. Because we talk with each other, and we interact all the time. But like, I'd look after the trucks and my brother looks after the fruit. The way it works, our gears just go like that. We don't clash at any time, which is good. So it just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling.
We spoke about your dad. What about your mum?
Oh yeah, she's still working hard. Nothing's changed with her. She's still working with computers and pulling her hair out every day, and then at lunchtime every day when I pull up, I start busting her chops and saying, "What's for lunch?" And then the cycle goes every day. That's how it works.
So it's still a good Italian family, huh?
Yeah, every day's the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's good. Routine's good. I pull up, and everyone knows when I pull up, it's time to eat. Yeah.
So what time do you pull up?
Now.
So you're late.
What time is it now? 12 o'clock? I'm a little bit late now, but that's all right.
So
I
you
can wait.
pull up with just one trailer?
Yep, I'll go take one trailer down because I can't get in the driveway with both. Takes up too much room down there. So I'll take one, and then I'll come back for the other one and go back over. Take it back over later.
So it's all done?
That's the trailer's done, yeah. Then the boys will put it all away where they've got to go. And I'll go get the other trailer, bring the other trailer back. I'll go get the other one now. Yeah. So that's the old Gladstone Street where we used to come up there to go to Nonnell's Pack, up that little gate to the left there.
Is that right?
And that used to go to the back of the processing stuff, where Nonnell used to be all the time.
What was the processing?
All the potatoes, the onions, the pumpkins, the one Nonnell was in charge of. He used to look after all that, and that was just down there.
They'll do that.
So you're telling your grandchildren they should be stingy?
Well, if they don't want to make money, they've got to be stingy. They can't give money away. They've got to be hard, they've got to be stingy, they've got to be tough. They've got to scream. Isn't it, Chris?
Green too?
What do you think, Chris? I can scream?
Yeah, it's great.
You can scream all right. So what are the other qualities that the grandchildren have got to learn?
Well, actually, they've got to learn the same way I did learn it. But today, they've got everything on the plate. They don't care.
Yeah.
See, when I came to Australia, I didn't have nothing. I couldn't speak English. I had to try my best to learn English and try to get a good job and try to do the best for everyone. Today, they're born with the shoes on their feet. I was 16 when I put my shoes on my feet. I didn't have any shoes before that, and I'm not ashamed to say. And I'd be proud to be Italian too. Which, when we come here, they used to call us Wog. Which is, in one way, if you look properly, Wog is a very decent word. Because it means a gentleman. See, they don't know that. A good Wog is a gentleman. We still learn a lot from Wogs.
It's good talking while you're working.
Yeah.
It's good, and it looks good.
Oh yeah, well, if you talk and walk, it's okay, but if you talk and stop, it's good. Isn't it, Chris?
That's right.
How much you learn from Tommy? Yeah.
I learned a lot.
Yeah.
You
What have
learn
you
to
learned?
swear in Italian, do you?
No.
Oh, you didn't learn that?
So what have you learned from him? Chris, what have you learned from him?
Big fun.
What have you learned from him?
From Luigi, a lot. You know, just getting up and working, doing something set different, like a lot of other kids, like myself too.
Well, you did it when you were 16, so.
Yeah, I've worked hard. You know, I've done a lot of hard stuff, really working hard. A lot of kids choose not to do,
Yeah.
but it's better.
You're not sorry because I've been sometimes pretty hard on you?
No, you need it. You need it. You really do. You need it. Need someone to teach you.
You did well too. You're very quiet.
Yeah. Don't talk everybody.
What do you think of him?
He sometimes.
Tell you the truth. This is for his grandchildren. What do you think of him?
Grandchildren, I don't know. But was a bit stingy. He no have to even to make phone. Call to me.
No phone calls, no?
No. You see, that's why I call stingy.
Okay, he's stingy, but what else is he?
It's alright. Sometimes it's alright.
Sometimes all right.
Well, when I started in the fruit shop, man, we didn't have the computer. My head was computerized. See, I used to go buying seeds and I never write nothing in a book. Everything was in my head, what I had to buy. And all the price I paid, by the time I got to Canberra, I had everything worked out how much I got to sell.
Is that right?
Now computer, fax, remember the number of the docket. I still remember the price in my head from 20 years ago.
But can you use a computer?
I didn't have a computer. My
But
head
now,
was a computer.
now can you use a computer?
And remember, I can't write and read either.
Is that right? So you are illiterate.
Yeah, I know that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So you had all the stuff that you had, you couldn't read or write?
I never have any school at all.
In Italian as well?
Yeah.
You're kidding?
But I still can write Italian, read Italian, without going to school.
Oh, so you're not illiterate.
No, but not by school. By school, yes, I haven't got any school.
So you never went to school?
No. But I learned to write and read on my own. Manuel, that's my daughter-in-law coming in now, Christina. She's in the office, lady.
I haven't seen your face, Christine. I wouldn't show me your back. The choice is yours. I can have a look at your back or I can look at your face.
Look at my back.
So 25 years ago, I just figured this out. 25 years ago, this time, you were recording over there.
Is that right?
25 years ago, because my mother was pregnant and she was ready to pop. We listened when we were watching them. She was any day, she was ready to pop. And my birthday's at the end of this week.
So that was
So
you.
it was about now.
That was you in the...
That was me in the belly, in the oven.
Oh, you sneaky thing.
Who are you married to?
Frank.
Frank, huh? So you were the one on the phone the other day that I came in and you were hiding?
Yeah.
So you
you
can't
got
get
me
away
at
from me,
10.
can you?
Gotcha.
Yeah, you had me back then. See? Couldn't even hide from you.
It's amazing, isn't it? So how many years ago?
25.
25.
So what's it like being married to an Italian family?
It's alright.
It's got to be better than, more interesting than an Australian family, isn't it? All the colour and character and...
They all have their moments.
So what are you hoping for with your child?
I don't care, as long as it gets out now.
Yeah.
Now we're finished.
What's Luigi like as a father-in-law?
Oh, it's pretty good.
He's pretty good.
Can't complain.
Does he scream at you?
No.
He doesn't scream at you? What's he like as a grandfather?
We'll soon find out.
Yeah. You're full of information, aren't you?
Yep, don't give much away.
Oop.
Okay,
That's that Scottish background, you see.
see you later.
Good time?
Yeah, it's fine.
Nothing yet.
No.
So how many is this going to be?
That's 12.
12, let me see.
That's number 12.
So he can see himself, or herself, okay? Come on, this is for the baby, right?
No.
Come on, for your baby. It's for your baby to see himself on down a track.
Alright.
So number 12.
Yes.
Okay.
No, can you
This is history.
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 See ya.
Bye-bye.
Here we are now. Who would have thought you'd be driving this
25 years later, right?
25 years later?
Still in fishery.
Look at it. Yeah, but nothing like before, is it? Far out. Easy to reverse.
It's the same as reversing a car, to tell you the truth.
Oh.
Very, very easy. But then when you start putting trailers on it, that's when it gets a bit technical. Where if you turn left, left means right and right means left, if that makes any sense. And that's it. Now I've got to go, all those chords that we undid before, I've got to go do them all back up now. You want to come and have a look as I do it?
So that was number 12, huh?
Yeah, that's number 12 when it comes next week sometime.
Next week or something, huh?
Should have been out this week. I think they counted the days wrong.
Yeah, so now it takes, you've got to wait a little bit for that to come up. to take the pressure. Just got to hook up these cables here. So I've got a little sock here, make it all look nice and tidy. Yeah.
You can see how it takes all day to clean it.
So that's only one trailer, so we don't need the long vehicle signs anymore.
So what was it like coming out on a land like this?
What was it like? It was a privilege.
Privilege?
It was a privilege.
Did you, was that later on you realised it was a privilege or?
Oh yeah, of course. Later on, once you find out all bits and pieces of the history, and yeah.
What was it like beforehand? When you went to kinder school and primary school?
You were unknown. The unknown was there, so you just didn't know.
But they knew you had a strange name.
Oh yeah, they always knew you were an Italian. Yeah.
So what's it like being an Italian?
What's it like? It's the same now. There's no, it's the same. People treat you the same now. Nothing's really changed much. You still get the odd idiot every now and again.
What do they call you?
Yeah, Wog. You always get the name Wog.
Still get the wall?
You still get Wog.
Yeah. You get Dago and all?
Ah, that's out the window now. Day goes over. Long gone.
So Wog is sort of... you
Wog's
wear
been
with pride,
set.
don't you?
Oh, the Wog's it. That's the name.
So what's it like being a Wog?
What's it like being a Wog? A Wog background? What's it like? You know what? It's great. The family life, the big families. You don't get that with not being a Wog. The big families.
Very special.
Oh, 100% it is.
You have big your family.
300.
So this you get together for 300.
Oh, not as often as we like. Not as often as we like, but we're up there. But we all know each other. Yeah.
So 25 years ago, your granddad said he wanted to get together with the grandkids. But this is the time. Did that happen?
I tell you the truth, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Has it happened since?
Every Easter we normally get together. These last few Easters and the last little bit, look at that little bit of dirt there. Everywhere, just from that rain. The last few Easters and Christmases and that, we always catch up and go to everyone's house every year, and yeah, that's good. Have a barbecue, have a get together, have a plate of pasta, and it goes from there. It turns into an all-day event.
So do you have this thing of beer to drink?
The hour glass? No, that's only 21st. Only the 21st. Come on, man, we'll go back to the yard now. They're waiting for this
we're
one.
ready, huh?
We're ready now. That's it. That's up. You ready to take? So that one pin, like I said before, that's holding now 45 tonne. One pin. And then we always pull the little brake here, make sure. Because the last thing you want is for it to break off.
So you can't actually see. Oh yeah, sort of. It's following, huh?
Yep. That's it, that'll follow us all the way back now. So man, now it's your turn. You tell me about you. How'd you get into doing cameras? How'd you get into recording? Give me some history lessons. A lot of walking around in circles. Hey? That's why we do a lot of walking, because everything's so packed in. Just careful, huh? This is the warehouse. This is where everything gets done. So all the boys, we line it all up inside here now. Put all the stock in, and the boys count it all off in there. Make sure we get everything that we're charged for. That's what comes in.
So it gets checked.
Yeah, do the checks
And is it, you find errors or not?
all the time. All the time. Yeah. Human errors. Humans, we all make mistakes.
So this is the original logo.
Yep. That was out of one of the shops. We put it on the wall there.
And what about this one here?
So that's one of the original. No, that's the very first one. That's 25 years old, that sign. That was airbrushed.
Who did that, do you know?
Oh, to tell you the truth, I can't remember that long ago. Yeah. That's the way it is. Got another forklift here.
Looks like the original.
No, this one goes in and out of the core rooms. That's why it's all roughed up.
Yeah.
There's all the flaps on the core rooms. They put all the stickers on it.
The stickers and everything, great.
Yeah. And then this is the office manual in here. Okay. The eagle.
There's no one here.
Hey, no one here. Everyone's gone here. Huh? You know this man?
Hello, Manuel.
Hey.
Hello, Manuel.
Hey, mate.
Good, long time no see.
Yeah.
So
I like this one here. He's great.
he's good on the trucks,
He's
isn't he?
great. He's fantastic.
Chip off the old block.
Yeah.
Knocked the chip off my block.
Yeah.
No, not me. Not related to any of them.
Girlfriend.
No, girlfriend. Huh?
Thank you
Yeah.
for calling Go
That was
Chocolate.
100 years ago.
Is that right? 100 years ago.
So, Manuel, this is where we're moving into the future now. Where the son is delivering transport. Have you seen my little son running the floor?
Yeah. I like this one, you know.
Him, he's got a chip on his shoulder. Leave him, he's all right.
He's got a chip on his shoulder.
The little one's all like me, all abrupt and, come on, what do you want? What do you want? So this is the future, eh?
It's a beautiful future, isn't it?
Did you walk around the warehouse yet?
No.
No? Come on, let's go for a wander. Come on, Mark.
Go take him for a tour. I just got to go sort some stuff out here.
Yep, no problem. So where do you have your lunch?
So this is the lunchroom down the back here.
I heard that you come in and say, Mum.
And this is Christine's test. Remember that shy lady
Yeah.
from 1995, wasn't it, Margaret?
Is that right?
95.
When he was, week he was born. About. So
Yeah.
this is,
And she was carrying him.
she was carrying him back in those days. Now look at him, fine young 25-year-old gentleman.
I look, this has to make his own cappuccinos.
There's no cappuccino, menu long one.
Manu, you want a coffee?
I like one. It's a good Italian, but I like it hot. It's not hot together. You know?
What do you want? You want sugar, milk?
No sugar.
No sugar. You want milk?
Just cappuccino, thank you.
Just cappuccino.
Yep.
Baba, you want a coffee?
So you call me Baba, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. That's what we do in Greek too.
Have to, eh?
Yeah.
But we don't call them, the grandmother, we don't call them iya, we call them non.
Nonna. Yeah. My
And,
wife likes to be called Nonna too,
Yeah,
but she's not. She likes it. She likes the Italian Association. See, that's
Ahead of the day. See that?
You drive a truck and you drive a machine, huh?
Truck driver by night, barista by day. See that? We can do it all here.
and Casanova by evening.
How can you be a Casanova driving that truck?
Sorry?
How can you be a Casanova driving that mindset?
Oh, because he takes them with him. He takes them with him, he saves accommodation. So Marcus is 25 this year on this.
Sorry?
Marcus is 25 years of age this year, 25 years old.
Tell me.
On the 17th of July 2020.
Tell me.
So he
What's it
was
been
born.
like?
It's been very quick.
What's it been like having?
A roller coaster. Tell me the truth.
He's been a great kid. Although one day he done the wrong thing by me. But he's seen the light and I seen the light, and as kids do, they know better than the old man.
So what has he taught you?
What's he taught me?
Yeah.
To love your kids. That we were never, we didn't love Dad until probably the last 5-6 years of his life. Like, we loved him, but we knew him as a mate in the last 5-6 years. My brother and I, Johnny. But coming up in the world, he was a hard-ass Italian who drummed into work, respect, honour, and that's what I drummed into my kids: work, respect, and honour. until life changes a bit for them and they think it's better, and they move to a better pasture for short-lived. Saluting. Really, what a fine gentleman he is. And he's going to break some lady's heart one day. And that'll be his mother's heart when he moves out, married. But he starts his own future off, as we all have and all will. No, right, Marcus?
That's right, spot on. Now here, have a
It's a beautiful future to have in his hands, isn't it?
Oh, it is a beautiful future.
You passed them on beautifully.
You know, the transition has been a long time in the making. I suppose since we've had Go Troppo started and Marcus was born and Joel come along, the transition has been a long time, because this was their future, that if they wanted it, it was there. If they didn't want it, it wasn't there. So they chose the road to do it. So they made it, and they've taken over. I've kind of semi-retired. Christine still works hard, but they love what they do. As you can see, Marcus driving his truck and getting in it, and you'll see Joe in a minute. The way he runs the warehouse, they just love life.
I was very taken with him in the truck.
Oh,
The interview that I've done with him is just brilliant.
yeah. He's not a 25-year-old kid. He's been here before.
He's been here before, hasn't he?
He's been here before.
What
Where's
parts-
Manuel's car?
what
Manuel
part
Coffee's
has been
here.
here before?
What part?
Yeah, what
His
part of-
life.
What part of him has been here before?
His life, his knowledge. His knowledge.
There's a lot of me here.
His knowledge has been here before. I think there's a lot of parts of Dad in him.
Do you see it?
Yeah. A lot of parts of my dad in him. When he was born, he's come out, one finger on the eye, looking, saying, Dad, I'm here, let's make it. And we have. As a family, we made it. So that's where I see my sons.
It's beautiful, the interview that I did today, actually.
Was it
I
good?
just trying to say to you, it's beautiful. And to be so spontaneous.
Cheers. Well, that's Mr.
Cheers to both of
Spontaneous,
you.
Mr. Personality. 'Cause he's,
It's not just personality, though. It's history, it's genes, it's attitude, it's
well, isn't it funny?
zest for life. That
Isn't it funny? I finally met you officially probably 2-3 weeks ago, because I wanted to bring Dad's story to this point, and my kids laughed at me, kind of. Why do you want that? As the kids know better. Then they watched Nonno on Sunday. We watched it all day, virtually, with a few of their friends and Marcus's girlfriend there, and they laughed their head off. Didn't you?
That's good.
Because it was all memories. And he said he wants to show his grandchildren in 30 years' time what their grandfather was like. Isn't that right, Manuel? He said, that's correct. And look at it, 30 years' time, 25 years down the track, we watched it as a family, and the kids now want to take it to their level. So in 30 years' time, 25 years' time, their kids can watch it, what I was doing for them. And that's how it is, isn't it?
That's how it works. That's history.
It's history. And they love it.
he's embraced it beautifully.
He's embraced it.
Oh, totally. Once you see
Yeah,
what he said
yeah.
in the truck and around the truck and under the truck, and but also about himself and about you and the relationship that you've had and growing up
Yeah,
and choosing, I guess, the choices he's had in life. It's
yeah.
just beautiful.
We all have choices. We all got choices. And he's chose the right choices, which is good.
And I suspect your father would never have known. Had no. How could you conceive anything like this? You know, in the
He
way it
couldn't.
just happened.
He couldn't. He would never know. That's hence why he's been here before. I believe Marcus has been here before.
Well, I think it's a lot to do with you as well, and also your wife.
Yeah, our upbringing's been hard. Like, I was a hard case. Like, you know, it was funny one day when the kids were playing around, mucking around. I'd say, go over there, give me the Korean. And a Korean Italian means the belt. So Marcus, or as Larry's daddy, used to run up to the front bedroom and get the belt. Here's the belt, Dad. Bend over, whack. Now take it back. And
See that? I had to go get my own weapon. I had to go get the weapon that he was going to hit me with.
It's amazing, isn't it?
it's amazing, isn't it? And so, you know, and we used to
And
do
you can
it.
laugh about it now.
Oh, we laugh about it, like it hurt them. But, you know, gave him a boot. And they'd bring the boot over and I'd hit him with the boot. Now I can't put it back. Like, but look at it. It showed him street smart, education smart, and showed him knowledge in life. Respect. Our biggest key.
Respect.
Respect is the biggest key.
You
Costs
reckon that's
nothing
the
to say
biggest?
hello.
Would you agree with that?
Oh, 100%.
Respect
Costs nothing
is,
to say hello. Costs nothing.
To walk in, keep your eyes up high. Hey, how are you? Who are you? I'm Marcus. I'm Manuel. It goes a long way. That eye connection goes a long way. Today's kids don't have the eye connection. They'll walk in like this. Not judging that, but I'm just saying. Everyone each to their own self. But I'm proud of how my kids have turned out. They have honour, respect. They will get off a seat and let someone who needs a seat more than what they do. So there you go.
did you learn that from Dad?
Yeah, all in our upbringing. It was always the ladies first. Respect them.
Respect.
Grandmothers.
Eye contact, was that important then?
Eye contact was very important because if you couldn't look at me in the eye, it would make you give me something to look at. So you didn't have to look at me in the eye. And it normally would be whack. They'd look at me in the eye, saying, "Ooh," but you wouldn't look away from him. And the second time, bang. And that was growing up as a kid. And then we become mates. And that's what my kids are. You know, I'm their dad, but we kind of, all of us, the four of us, are mates. Like we can say anything we want to each other. You know, they'll talk about their sex life.
You would?
Yeah, why not?
He's the other famous kid.
He's the other bloke in the video.
And he's one from 30 years ago. Ange!
He's still done it the same
Come
thing
here.
30 years ago too.
What's wrong?
Remember 30 years ago?
30 years ago, I never knew anybody.
Actually, did you know I found out the other day the statue?
Which statue?
That was Angelo's statue. Hey, it was a twin.
Ah.
I found that out the other day.
Always blame me for
Don't
everything.
turn your back on the camera.
I'm not back on the
Who's
camera.
this
How
This
much?
was Angelo. Remember at the markets, the one who kept hiding from your camera?
Screaming
At the
outside
front?
the shop.
Yeah.
And he'd walk in the shop and he'd, and then Dad goes, "This is Luigi, I know Angelo."
28 years in
So you're a
September.
Luigi or you're not a Luigi? You're just an Angelo.
I'm just I'm an Napolitano, not a Calabrese.
You want to be a Calabrese.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, like the Greeks
Calabrese.
want to be
Yeah.
Italians, that's what he wants to be.
I want to be.
So your son looks exactly like you.
Joe was telling me, I haven't seen it. Split an image, eh?
Well, the way you keep not looking at the camera, you'll never get to see what you look like today.
I can't make me coffee. So coffee on the highway doesn't taste the same.
He's number one or what? What's his relationship?
Angelo's been with me from day one from the truck.
28 years, he just said.
Oh, September, 28 years in September.
So he
Oh,
was,
quit, don't get me wrong. I've given him his feedback. See you later. I've had enough of this place.
you know, he's to say to him, "Get on, get out of here, there's a dog, fuck off."
There's no milk.
And the next
And then-
morning he'll be back.
2 days later, on board with life, so I come back and get harassed.
Something about you, huh?
It's my lovable face, I reckon. That's my friend Louis.
Louis?
Oh no, that's Angel.
Angela.
Angela,
Angela? You over here for a second. Come this way, Angela. Shy Angela.
I'm a shy person, mate. Very shy. Right, grab your celery there now, $1 a bun. Beans are only $1, $1 on the beans here today. Grab your beans here now for only $1. Right, there you go. Any three items there, madam, $2. Grab any three there now for $2 here today. Buckets there now, $2, $2 on a bucket. Grab yourself a big bucket of apples there now, $2. Any three items there, madam. How's that?
But how's that work, right?
Easy, mate. Easy.
What's $1 each?
I'll give you a freebie. Simple. I'm giving you a
No, you're
freebie.
not going to give me a freebie, mate.
You didn't complain last night.
That was a free drink.
Yeah, that's what I mean. What did you
Three
make?
items for $2.
Grab yourself a pineapple for
Three
$1.
items, $2
Grab
there now,
yourself
three
a
items.
pineapple there now for only $1. Clean it up here today. Pineapples are $1. $1 on the pineapples here today. Oh, orange. Grab it down here.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, mate. Yeah, beautiful. You having fun or what? That's nice. Didn't it? Hey, he's picked the right place, Gay Troppo. Make sure you get the name.
So you're Gay Troppo, huh?
That's the one.
Yeah.
Make sure you get the name.
Yeah.
Alright, Alex, nice seeing you. Let me know, hey? Alright, see you, Penny. Let me know how you go.
Yeah, I'll get
See you later.
So how long have you been going Troppo?
How long have we been going, Troppo? We haven't gone Troppo yet. About 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah, about 3 years.
That's 3 years.
Pretty close to it.
It's been a good business?
Is it?
It's been a good business?
Oh, it's been a hard business, but we're getting there slowly. It's been good. Don't know what else to say. I'm camera shy, mate.
I've lost the viewfinder, but normally...
Let's go nice and cheap, shoppers and top salamis. 2 kilos for $8 a top.
Hang on, boy. That's right, clean it up here today. Oh, have a look there now. Oh, shallots are $1 on shallot. Shallots are $1 on shallots here today. 3 items. Clean it up there now. Have a look at the bargains here now. Just straight ahead, Rich.
$1 off the cauliflowers, Ange. $1 off cauliflowers.
$1 off the cauliflowers, $1 off the corn there today.
Anybody with a bunch of
Clean it up down here today. Oh, have a look at the bargains down here now.
Very cool, aren't you, huh? You're used to me now.
Oh, yes, he is no good running away from it. When he makes up his mind, that's all there is to it.
Where's Luigi?
At the back, he's talking to some people if you want to grab them.
How are you, Manny?
Good, how are you?
How are you, man?
Not bad.
Not bad.
What do we
You're
look
looking
like?
good. Yeah, you're looking $1 million. The keys and everything.
It's fine. Good morning.
Good morning. Is it morning already?
I tell you what, it feels like morning, doesn't it?
You didn't come Friday.
There's
What's
a-
happened?
Yeah, I came.
Friday?
Okay, manual, we start up all over again, eh?
What I'm job and Frank's job and
Frank's job's doing the buying, my job's looking after the stock, and then we'll tee up and we do the rest of it. So it's all team effort, the whole lot. We all got a little section we do each, including the staff.
so how much stock have you ordered today or receiving today?
Just a bit over a semi-trailer load, so it's not bad going. Not bad volume for winter at all. For a little business.
And that's all out of here, or
It's all out of Go Troppo. Two for Tom and one for Eric's in. Okay? Tom? Yeah, and one for Eric, please. Yeah, it's all out of Go Troppo, district markets. Which isn't too bad, is it? I'm a big Canberra show, isn't it?
yeah, no, don't worry, you're doing fantastic. I'm just making sure I'm holding it steady. That's all.
Right.
You
So
know.
we'll do-
The lady came into downtown milk bar today and selling fruit or vegetables or whatever, taking orders. Is that was yours?
No, not this. She's not professional enough for us.
Because then I saw your truck pass and going, wow, I put 2 and 2 together. I thought I should have brought my camera out.
Yeah, we get about.
Yeah. So what about the new?
Process in place.
Yeah,
Fish quick, Gladstone forward.
yeah.
Taz looks after that.
Yeah.
Just all the process, peel potatoes, peel pumpkin gets done. It's always on the go.
That's my job, remember?
That's what?
That's my job.
Yeah.
Doing all of the peeling. I put a couple of horses here and then another lady.
You're on.
And we're doing all of that. 3-4 days a week.
3 or 4 days a week, huh?
Yeah.
Too bad. So you finished your job, have you?
Yes, I
Today.
finished for today. I finish it there and I come here. That's my time when you're here. You've got to do something.
Oh, you die. You're dead if you don't.
That's how it's about in Australia, eh? See, 1977, we didn't have the forklift, we didn't have nothing. What are they doing today with the forklift? They used to do it by hand.
So,
and all by hand.
It's a big change, isn't it?
It's
a big change.
difference, right? And still the boys complain they work hard. And they had a lot with that, with the forklift.
But you wouldn't 3 trailer loads a week though. Did you do 3
The
trailers?
days I used when I had the shop in Mawson and 1 years, I used to bring a 30 ton a week.
So how much is that? How many trailers is that?
Big truck.
Oh, your truck?
Yeah, big truck, not like this, like bigger than the one we've seen. I used to do 11 ton, 12 ton. About 3 times a week. And then everything changed and get away from it. Get back in again. I remember in 1954 when I come to Australia and Sydney, I was dressed like a gangster.
Is that right?
And the cops come and got me by the neck. And I couldn't talk English, you know. I turned around and went like that. My father said, don't do that. And he had to come by close and change. I turned and dressed again.
So your father came with you to Australia?
My father came in 1950.
1950. So then you followed?
Yeah, and I had to come with him, but I had to go in the army. But then they let me come. I had to do my national service. In 53, my mother and 8 kids had come here. And I come up just after finishing my national service. I come to Australia in 1954. Which actually arrived in Canberra on Friday night, on the 2nd of March 1954. And on Saturday morning, father took me to Sydney to have a beer and meet a few friends. This way, them days it's not like life. I had 2 glasses of beer and I turned the glass upside down on the counter. There was about 150 people there and they all ready to fight me. But I got away from that and we didn't have any fight, nothing. And I lived in the farm for 3.5 years. And then I got married and that's how it went. Family and my own house and which everything went fine. I'm very happy to die. And still got all my family here. Then I died of 6 sisters. On the bottom, the yellow one. Oh, 6 sisters. My father's still here in Canberra. He's 88. Still bring a bottle of whiskey a day. He's been really good. And after 38 years, I went back home. Which I didn't like and I cooked.
Sam, grab an in out here, mate.
That's how it's part of my life again too. When I make I have something else to it. And this is what I have in everything.
Put the other one on top, Nick. Make sure you rotate, please.
So I got a 10 small deal to give to you.
Sorry?
I got a video to give to you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's very good.
We'll take that out of it. 40 butternut, Johnny. How many? 40? That's all right. Just stay in there. Well, right here. Yellow strawberry, huh?
Angelo was the first one with me when we first got going with Christine and Johnny McBella. He was there. Chris was always before Angelo. He used to go peeling in the rain, the cold, as he said, as a 16-year-old kid, Chris. Have you met Chris yet? The new Chris?
He was out in the warehouse, wasn't he?
Yeah. We'll go for a
The
wander.
one that used to peel the potatoes.
Yeah.
With the long hair. That's him out there now.
Let's go for a wander.
Anything more to say about him?
I'm proud of him.
Start the other son. Enough about me. Go to the other son.
He's gonna go
I
for
get
his
stage
head.
fright.
He's like my wife.
What have I done now?
You're like my wife, aren't you? You run.
What part do you like about
Things to
him?
do. I'm a busy man. I've got to keep his business running.
He comes and mows my edges.
He does your
Literally, he does everything.
What edges, huh? That's being a bit cheeky there, shouldn't be cheeky.
Leave me alone, will you? Leave me alone.
I'm disappearing.
Who's been the eagle?
The eagle was, I brought the eagle in for good luck.
Where did you get him from?
At the Canberra show.
So it's not an Italian eagle,
No.
it's just a good luck eagle.
It was a good luck. I said it at the Canberra show. I said I want it. And I brought it. Good. It guards me all the way.
What about the teeth? Well, not teeth, but the jaw.
So
The claws. It's a bit like you, isn't it?
that's me looking after my prey.
You pray. Where's your head? That's it. Got it.
And look, the family, Laura and Artie.
I remember that.
And that's Mum. Serious one, and this is I was always joking around.
She doesn't like that at all.
Coming to my house. This is my little domain.
I'm not stressed by it, but
When we first started.
did you forget to go?
10 years ago we've been in this warehouse. My domain in here. And this is where I sat. And slept.
So you didn't sleep on the back of a truck?
Slept underneath a truck, back of a truck. When it rained I used to sleep on plywood. When I finished my work I used to sit on this chair.
Show me how.
No, I can't do that no more.
No, can't sit.
I used to sit on this chair, legs up on the desk, and then my kids started getting a bad idea. I said, get your feet off the table.
What?
Yeah. So that's where I used to sit back in the days. This is Marcus's desk. That's where he does his transport bits and pieces. Always neat and tidy, everything has to be in a place for him. Now, my desk is over there, behind. Yeah,
It's a little corner thing, huh?
no, there's one here next to it. The one next to it over there.
So who's got the trucks there?
That's all Marcus is when he used to sit in his back corner as a kid.
Yeah. Over here.
Those little collections, that's all going along.
Beautiful name, isn't it?
Some cool values in life that I had hung up, and I just got them all framed so I've enjoyed them all together.
Living and breathing it.
Coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, working together is success.
Is it true?
It's very true. And that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Working together is success.
And this is proof, is it?
This is proof. This is proof.
Show me.
So then we'll go out in the warehouse.
So this is up here. What's this up here?
That's my uncle on the left and my mother.
So that's, I remember that.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And it's me. There's a couple of awards we had in the trucks.
So you got awards for the trucks, huh?
Yeah. You know, a couple of the first semi-trailer I owned.
And what about this here? It's
Yeah.
beautiful, isn't it?
They were beautiful. Got them made. Some of that for the future. It's made out of glass and they blue, and they sprinkled dust on it.
Who did that?
What a made in time. How beautiful they look, eh?
Amazing.
It's amazing. Very amazing. It's Marcus, Joel on the right hand side.
Beautiful motorbike, isn't it?
So Marcus and Joel here on the right. And my nieces on the left.
Who was that, eh?
Where?
On the bike.
It's me on the bike.
Still going?
Yep, still got it.
Excellent.
Second truck.
You still driving?
The bike hadn't been used for a long time.
A lot of files, isn't he?
1995, when Marcus was born, he won the best stand up at the Snowy Mountains. Award for the Snowy Mountains.
Got a truck in there too, isn't it?
Yeah, trucks everywhere.
That's not the Kenworth, is it?
Yeah, that's a camera. That's not mine, no.
That's not the one that's done a million miles.
No. Greengrocer of the Month, 2004. Another truck there. Marcus's Kenworth trophies, he's won trucks over there.
2019, eh?
This truck in Australia, this Kenworth. Got a couple of trophies. He's got a certificate of appreciation. Marcus and Jola's babies. Joel playing cricket.
They did cricket, huh? Those little walks, how come they do cricket?
There he is, there.
You wouldn't know, would you?
Australian champion.
That's right, Jim. I guess that's what they do.
Yeah, as a kid. So we'll go in and have a look in here at the warehouse. So this is the lunchroom for the boys over here on the left.
This is the lunchroom.
Yeah, where Ange spends 80% of his time.
80% of his time, the lunchroom. They really look
We
after
better
you.
not show you what I'm doing on my phone then.
They really look after you, don't they?
Of course they do.
Yeah. What a great lunchroom. Lunch corner.
Lunch corner, lunch room.
Air conditioning, he's gone all out for us.
Oh, that's great. So you've got a
Footrest.
whose chair is that?
The boss's old one.
They're all my hand-me-down chairs.
That's the way to do it, isn't it?
So we've got our first load in today. We're making up orders down at the shop.
So they're making up orders for who?
For some of the IGAs, some of the restaurants. You know, Joel had a buy today. Look at these gorgeous strawberries. No? Perfect. By nature. Look at that. Young Joel done good buying. Young son.
So you source that, or
Joel does. Joel does all the market now. Gorgeous mandarins. Yeah. Beautiful. Hey, Manuel. There's a famous Chris. Remember Chris helping Dad peeling potatoes?
with your long times?
Yep. It's my young one.
Tell me about him.
Young Joel's taken over the warehouse. He runs it. He's got, 8 boys, 10 boys underneath him. Controls them all. His hands on the
He does the marketing, the buying,
yeah,
the sourcing.
the source, and he does all that. Marcus does all the dispatching. Labour. Because look, it's done about 4 o'clock in the morning. So he's up every morning. He drags another member of our team who's been here for a few years now. How many
5 years, mate.
5 years.
5 years past. I think I need to go look for another employer.
Another employer?
This one's not good. Too tough.
Too tough?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So what's that got?
Flowers. Yep.
So whose idea to do the flowers?
No, we transport the flowers. We don't do them, we just transport. Mark has found our contact.
It's hard to believe all this stuff comes in and goes out the same day, isn't it?
Very good. Very.
So you can make up your orders, individual orders. For example, this.
That's right, sheet, yep.
From the pallet to the box,
Yep.
to the order.
They go on the orders, then we send them out, and they get delivered. Just watch the forklift coming.
What's he doing now?
Maybe you just get a load sheet.
You're going to take another pallet.
Yep. It's all in a memory, it's a memory game.
So this is an order for who?
That's an order.
What was that?
No. Bare skin there, it's common out there.
We'll get him off the fork in a minute, and you can walk you around.
Hello, imagine it's all an order, isn't it? Where's this order going, John? Where's the order going?
Wait for me.
This one from Pacific.
Pacific what? IGA?
Yeah.
How long have you been working here?
Me? Like 3 years.
Boys, how to go.
It's beautiful, isn't it? And they're not very Italian, are they?
This is the black version of the Italian.
Beautiful.
Then thank you. Greg, how long have you been here for, Greg?
5 years.
5 years too.
A week before Stuart. A week before Stuart.
You know Manuel?
No, but I've seen him around in the multicultural, almost taking
That's right, yeah.
the-
That's beautiful, multicultural festival. Very special. So what do you do at the multicultural festival?
my granddaughter is a dancer with a Greek dancing group.
What do you do here?
Eh?
What do you do here?
I the stop to the orders.
Yeah. What do you like about them?
Eh?
They're good bosses?
Yeah, right. Make good coffee.
Yeah, make good coffee. Good. Which one's your favourite?
That's the good bosses.
Which one's your
That's
favourite?
the good bosses. What do you always say? They make good coffee. Coffee, that's it.
So who are you making up an order for now?
No, just checking the stock now.
Checking stock.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're a stock checker, are you?
Yeah, sometimes.
There's a lot of stock.
Yeah, every day, man. Every day. Like this. Alright, English speech, 1, 2.
See, Manuel, this sheet that Greg's counting stock in, back in 1995, we used a sheet 3 times the size of that.
You're kidding. So turn them around, show.
So back in the days, it used to be a sheet that big, and we reduced it to that size now.
No.
And you've seen it there.
Can you read it?
No.
Yeah. Oh, we still haven't lost our ice. We still got good ice. Because it's a guessing game.
Yeah, fruit and vegetables.
So that's how we come up from the times, you know? In our younger days.
Changing this piece.
Yeah, I know.
1 week and it's still the same.
Yeah?
1 week and it's still the same.
Well, Joel said they're doing very good.
They can go up there and it's still the same, right?
So our little white bean shoots.
a world you live in, huh? What a world you live in. Who's upstairs?
I'll give you one guess. One guess. Who's Canberra shot? Manuel's a big more gamer now to see Mum.
Huh?
Manuel's a big gamer. Manuel said he's a big gamer now. He's to go and see Mum now.
Tell me, how do you keep track of all this?
All up here.
Yeah?
In the computer.
Where's there?
In the computer.
Where'd you get that from?
Get born with it.
Don't walk out here.
Well, when I started in the fruit shop, Manuel didn't have the computer. My head was computerized. See, I used to go buying seeds and I never write nothing in the book. Everything was in my head, what I had to buy. And all the price I paid, by the time I got to Canberra, I had everything worked out how much I got to sell.
Is that right?
Now, computer, fax, remember the number of the docket. I still remember the price in my head from 20 years ago.
But can you use a computer?
I didn't have the computer. My
But
head
now,
was a computer.
now can you use a computer?
And remember, I can't write and read either.
Is that right? So you are illiterate?
Yeah, I know that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So you had all the stuff that you had, you couldn't read or write?
I never have any school at all.
In Italian as well?
Yeah.
You're kidding?
But I still can write Italian, read Italian, without going to school.
Oh, so you're not illiterate?
No, but not by school. By school, yes, I haven't got any school.
So you never went to school?
No. But I learned to write and read on my own.
So how
I
did
teach
you?
it myself.
What do you mean you never went to school?
I never had to school because in the war time, they can't afford me to send me to school.
Is that right?
Yeah. And when I come to Canberra, I couldn't go to work, to school.
So how old were you when you were in 1954?
Yeah, 22.
22. So you never went to school? So...
Together, that's beautiful, that's beautiful.
He's a king of the
Just walk into the shot too, right?
Yeah.
So, the computer.
They're all in the
Where did
computer.
you...
Well, another 40 years. Man, this is good for the grandchildren to watching. Don't you think?
Sorry?
That's a good idea for the grandchildren to watch me.
Ah, definitely.
20 years
Definitely, yeah. And their children, you know.
When I'm died, it's a good.
So what are you going to tell them?
Well, I'm going to tell him how the old man used to work, where he used to do it, and all of this thing like that, which I hope they'll appreciate. To
Well-
say that the old fella, what he done for us. Yeah? Can't do any more than that to show them. The work, everything to be done. Everyone they reckon I'm too hard.
Hard?
Yeah, hard man, hard boss, what they call.
Who says that?
The young lady there, the young fella here, they all say I'm a hard boss. Very hard. Hard and stingy, that's what they call me.
Stingy.
Yeah, she called me stingy. I'm stingy, huh?
Are you stingy?
Summertime. Yeah. What? What? Huh?
Just say it's coming, I'm going to go on the computer or something. Oh, she wants to bring a computer.
See, that's all of my little thing. When I started peeling, I started to make this thing here to get it for the spuds. This one, another one down there, and now we start to go professionally.
Right, forklift truck and...
That's how you go slowly, you get everything up to date.
How about sitting in the truck?
You want me to sit on
Yeah,
the floor?
sit on the floor.
Well, I don't know if I can drive one of these, but
It doesn't matter. You just sit in it. It looks good. Doesn't it?
look good, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I've been driving this stuff here for the last nearly 35 years.
Okay, tell me again.
Yeah,
Tell me again. I'll come up to you. You tell me.
yeah. Well, when I started to drive this, I started driving in a farm when I learned to drive everything around the trees. And then I went for my license down the old Canberra hospital. and they used to test us down the river. I got it down the river, and the inspector said to come back, and I put him in the bloody water. He said, "Here, mate, that's your license, and go away from here, leave me alone."
So you got it, eh?
And that's how I got my license. Put the inspector down in the river, got him wet, and that's it. I couldn't talk English at that time, you know. And then I learned everything, the truck and everything there in the farm, and that's how it went. And the first night sleeper was in the farm when I come to Canberra in 1954. I worked 2.5 years in the farm, and then I went on logging, I got married, and I carried on like that. And funny part was when I went in the bush with 17 stone, and in 3 months I had the 9 stone.
That's not much.
That was hard work, right? Really hard work.
So what did you do in the bush?
Cut pine logs for the sawmill.
Yeah.
And then we finished there, 6 months contract, and was cut and stop from Sydney and transport truck, which used to take 12 hours to go to Sydney and 12 hours to come back. And then we started going to drainage and started my own contracting, and I had up to 100 men on the payroll.
Kidding? 100?
100 men on the payroll. That was on a week before Gough Whitlam got the sack from the Prime Minister. That was my last pay, 100 men.
What were you contracting?
Drainage and road work and construction, all of that. Yeah, I went, I had, we was 4 brothers together, you know. We had about 27, 28 piece of equipment. Still have the first Toyota truck I brought in 1963, still going around in Canberra. And after that, we closed down the drainage, and I went on different things like greengrocer, and a restaurant, takeaway, furniture, fruit, and all that thing up to now. So the kids are grown up and they all got married, and now I just help them to enjoy myself. Because I've seen them going so well, and I'm very proud. It's in fact the other day my son said, one of the accountant said, "Dad, if you had my school, where have you been today?" I said, "Working for some other idiots worse than me." He said, "What do you mean, Dad?" Because if I had the school, I wouldn't go work for myself. I would go work for somebody else. That's it.
Is it true?
Yeah, that's the truth. And now I enjoy myself. That's all I'm doing. I'm proud of what I'm doing. And I like what I'm doing. I like to keep doing. It's the only thing I've never been doing, a crook, to be a crook. I can't do that. That's it. Well, I got to go and do a bit more work. That was the boss that carry lies on me. Said the boss talk and I do nothing. It was good of you to come down here and check everything up. You want to see how we fill this pods now. That's the last,
okay.
The last shop you have. There, you've been with me since we filled the first batch, isn't it, Chris? How we was doing? You explained to him how we was doing.
Doing it outside for starters.
You're kidding.
Yes.
Night time in the morning, wouldn't matter, we do it. Used to have in the styrofoam tubs, we do it in. Unreal. Weather, rain, wind, wouldn't matter, we do it.
Frost, we still do it. That's a simple step to take all the rubbish.
So how long have you been here?
Mate, how long?
2.5 years.
Yeah, about 2.5 years.
So he was, yes, I got it to 16.
16.
So how's your Italian?
No.
No.
No Italian.
No Italian at all.
All this time, no Italian.
I haven't learned yet.
But he got along well with the Italians,
You like the food, don't you?
I was going to say, who doesn't get on well with Italians, eh?
That's it, right?
So who's your...
Get the computer for?
I suppose it comes down with the bloodline. That's about it. That's about it.
And do you know in particular anyone that you can relate to? He's got the same sort of computer as you?
Bloody old man, would be the first one.
Is that one?
Yeah.
Has he got a good computer too, is he?
Back in his day, he did.
Oh, now I've got dementia now.
Haven't we all?
Quite here today, Josh.
So how's the quality?
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Nice and hard. No splits in them. That's what you're looking for.
Look good, doesn't it? That's a good buy,
How'd
huh?
they eat?
That's a good buy, huh? Good quality.
They're for Marcus.
So who taught you how to pick cherries?
Can't give away all my secrets, Manuel.
We won't tell him, huh?
Don't tell him I'm not here. He's been a sponge. I don't think he's been sponges as birth. The more I give him, the more they were soaking in. And here was another one. Quick, go and get me a Korea. What was that? Go and get me the belt. Then they bring me the belt. Whack. Now take it back to him.
Did you like that way of teaching? Where you whack it and...
Well, we came up pretty well out of it. So,
It
I think so.
it was called Life of Stock and Bin.
Stock and bin.
Life education. That's all I could teach him. Like I had schooling, but my paper, and I'll show you my report. I used to tell Mum my reports. E meant excellent. And she used to tell her, family, Frank very good at school. I said, why? He said, because he got E for excellent. I didn't know that difference. I was very smart, E for excellent. But these boys are educated and smart. Yeah.
What education do you have?
Just year 12. Year 12. Got a business management certificate, which was good. Gives you a bit of paper, that's what you need these days. Doesn't matter what you can do with your hands or your brain, it's all what's on that bit of paper.
So what did you learn the most from working school or working...
Working at work.
What did your school teacher used to tell you when you were in trouble? This is the best education that they used to take to school knowledge. Tell them.
Where do you start?
Anyway.
Where do you start?
Yeah, start at the beginning.
Oh. Well, I saw at school one day, one of the teachers goes to us. This was a business management class. She goes to us. If you trip over a broomstick at work, that's the reason they have OH&S as an occupational
safety and health.
Occupational health and safety.
I still fucking got it.
Not bad, huh? So it becomes under that, all of that. And I said, excuse me, miss, if you trip over a broom at work, aren't you the silly one? For letting yourself trip over the broom or not picking up the broom? Or if you work there, that's all part of your job. Straight away she goes, get out of the class. She goes, what, you don't understand the real world. Mind you, this is a teacher that's been to the same school, went to university, then taught back at the same school that she was learning at. So what's she got in the real world? And
What did you say to her?
no problem. See you later. I'll go straight to work. Dad, I'm coming to work.
So that's that respect thing.
Yeah.
So you bit your tongue and
That's
did
it.
what you wanted to do.
That's it.
Nobody had to
No
do it.
point arguing with her. She was right, I was wrong. No problem. Anyway, I've got to go make some money anyway with the old man, so better so go work.
and then there was another story when he used to get in trouble. That the boys used to get in trouble. Marcus and Joel, because they were both went to St. Eddie's. And the teacher would go, wasn't it, Joel? The teacher would say, I'm going to ring up your father. Wasn't it? What'd you say to him?
Bring him up, because he was always flat chat at work when we're at work, always flat out. So us at school, we used to say, yeah, ring Dad up, bring him up. And they used to ring him and say, oh, Mr.
This
Commisso.
is about 8:30 and 9 o'clock in the morning, 9:30, and my balls used to be like that under the pump,
And he, Mr. Commisso, your son didn't bring his PE uniform to class today. And he used to give it to these poor teachers. He used to give it to them. My son didn't bring uniform, make him run around in his school uniform, he didn't bring his PE uniform. What's that difference? Rah, rah, rah. He used to give it to the teachers. But we used to laugh. We used to laugh.
They knew how to gear me up. Ring him now. You ring him up now.
You want the number? You want the phone number?
That's no respect, huh? That's not respect.
No, we butted them up. That's different.
Because they knew what they were going to cop, didn't they?
Exactly.
With the schooling, as against here schooling,
Isaac,
this type of
where's
schooling,
Marcus? Call Marcus for a minute.
What's the big difference?
In terms of what?
In terms of what you want for your kids down the track? Will you be pushing them to go to university? And
I'll do what the old man used to do with us. He gave us an option as kids. If you want to do fruit and veggies, do it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. But in saying that, on the weekends, come to work. If it doesn't hurt him to work and sweep the floor and pick up a box of potatoes and pick up a box of bananas, that doesn't hurt. So, but I would push him in more direction of, this is in your blood. If you don't want to do it, that's fine, but this is in your blood. And that's the direction I'd be pushing him in. So,
blood's very special, isn't it?
yeah, it is. And not many families are as fortunate as us that we have that built up over generations. Like started with Nonal, the old man, Uncle John, now me and Marcus, and hopefully our kids as well. And who knows?
Because I think each of you have added to that special blood, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly.
The special.
Well, they got their own. My mix was of my dad's mix. That you got to go to work every day. You know, go and play hockey. Dad, I want to go and play football. What? Football? Come with me. We'll throw oranges and watermelon around. Where now is Joel done a little bit of while he was at school in cricket. He became one of Canberra's Australian team. He played for that, and he loved it. He loved the cricket, but he knew where the core was, and this was the bloodline. And they used to get up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, Joel is a 16-year-old kid, wasn't it, with Jamison? 16-year-old, 15-year-old kid running Jamison, our other school. You know, and all, you know, that was a big thing. Getting to work at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning, then going to school at 8 o'clock in the morning. But he wanted to do it. He was never pushed to do it. But he knew I needed a hand, so he done it. In the fruits of their success, here it is. It's all in the pudding. If they didn't want it, they wouldn't have got nothing. You know, but they had to work and strive for it as much as I did, and they have taken and embraced it and worked as hard as I did. They'll take it to the next level, Marcus and Joe, where I didn't. I just took it to a level where I understood it, where I was taught to take it to, and work. So yeah, and that brings us, you know, into this for the future. Love the kids, love what they're doing. You know, I always back them up right to the end. We still have our powwows at 3 o'clock in the morning. What do you reckon of this? What do you reckon of that, Dad? He'll ask me my opinion. I'll give him my answer. He doesn't like it sometimes. Sometimes he embraces it. I make him a coffee every morning because he wakes me up every morning. Make him a coffee, which busts my balls. True. Every
I
morning.
need a coffee. What do you want from me?
Every morning at 3 o'clock. Bob, get up. Make me a coffee. Every morning.
And you did?
I do. Not did. And I do.
So when you were a kid, at 17 or 16 or whatever, and running a store, were there any other kids your age doing the same sort of thing?
No. Not one.
So you were not only different, you're not only a wog, you were different in other ways.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Oh, I don't think a lot of people understood what I was doing. You tell them you get up at 2 o'clock in the morning, you just finish work, you'd be in class, your first class, you get in first class, all you want to do is have a little sleep. You sit down in the chair and you just want to shut your eyes for 5 minutes, the boys next to you go, fuck, you only just woke up, what's wrong with you?
Not that he's just done 8 hours work or 7 hours work, was it?
No. And but that was fun. That was fun. Like you used to get up in the morning, as soon as you got up you had to run, get into the shop, get it set up. Then you'd have your boys come in there at 7 o'clock, 6:30. You tell them how you want it, go to school. By lunchtime, you're back there to go control it, make sure they did what I wanted them. Then I'll be back at school, finish the day off, and go back to work. But it was a fun day. You have fun.
So how did you do that? How did you go to school and work and back to school?
Got no idea how I done it.
Did you have wheels?
Yeah, I had a car. Yeah, had a car. I had a car for the second year I done it. The first year I didn't. Mates would drop me off. Mum used to drop me off in the morning. Then I'd get my mates to take me up there at lunchtime and after school.
What sort of car did you have back then?
Little Audi. It was a good little car.
Audi A3?
Yeah, A3.
It would have been special.
It was good. And you just got rid of it too.
And what do you got now?
I got the Camaro now.
The white one.
The white one.
It's beautiful too.
It is.
So you work and you can achieve what you want. You want to sit at home, you can achieve what you want. You know?
So back then, when you had the Audi and you were working and all that, did your friends say, oh, how come you got an Audi and I haven't? Huh?
Yep. And they used to be my pet hate. Because kids used to go, you're so lucky, your parents gave you your car, your parents gave you this, your parents... Mind you, they got no idea what happened. They got no idea the hours we used to do. Like some days you start at midnight, get the shop ready to go. Then by 7, 8 o'clock you're still counting the checkouts or you're still getting the shop locked up and you do it all again the next night. And they got no idea. And I used to laugh, me and Marcus both.
So you used to count the checkout?
Yeah, used to count
the
finish off the
The
tills,
tills.
close the
Did
shop
real
up.
money.
Real money back then. And we used to...
And then I get a message over to Mike in the shop at the markets. Frank to the checkout, please. Frank to the checkout. And I looked at the camera and he's Joel at the checkout. They're going to get me for this kid being on a checkout like it's only a kid.
Would have been 6 or 7 years old back then.
Standing on a milk crate, he was.
Standing on a milk crate?
Yeah.
Because I couldn't see the
you couldn't
checkout.
see over the checkout.
So I had to stand up on a milk crate.
So you're a good checkout chick, were you?
He was
Back
a good
in the day, I
checkout.
was good.
He had sexy legs once upon a time.
So I walked down the checkout.
So who's the oldest?
Him.
Who's the smartest?
Him.
Who's the luckiest?
Him. It all goes back to him.
Me.
Who's got the best car?
Who was the sperm creator?
You, the donor. You were the donor.
So he didn't go back to him, so Matt had to go back to him.
He got jealous.
So you're a go trapper and you're at Kenworth. What's that about?
That's the truck.
Yeah, but
That's what truck it is.
whose truck is it?
It's my truck, but this one here, this is my dirty jacket. This is when the job gets too
What's
rough,
on
you
your
wear this
shirt?
one. Hey?
When you're
on your
serious, huh?
shirt?
Kenworth.
Yeah, look. You got to wear your work shirt.
Yeah. No,
But this one here, this is for when you get dirty.
just trying to get clarification.
Yeah.
That's how it works. And that's it.
So it's very easy to engage with the camera, isn't it? Engage with me and the camera.
Yeah.
So I'd like to continue with that.
Yeah.
With the truck being washed, come there one day when that happens, because it's a special moment. And when I do, I'll hopefully you're doing some action. So
She'll run away. Watch. Hello.
I can't see it.
You can't
see her?
Go. That's it. We're gonna get in trouble now. We got the boss. We got the boss here. She's gonna get in trouble.
She can't do anything good together.
Yeah, you got to take one for the team. Off you go. Look, nothing's changed. Look.
I'm pointing a thing. I'm pointing to you. You asked for it. I've been filming your creations for this last day or so.
Oh, man, you haven't changed a bit, have
They're
you?
amazing. Your creations, they're amazing.
Not too bad, are
I'm
they?
not sure which one is. I'm not sure which one is my favourite. Which one's your favourite? Huh?
30 years on now.
Which one's your favourite?
Oh, no favourites. Can't have any favourites.
Well, I must admit, the one.
I'm the favourite. I was the firstborn. I'll take one for the team. I don't mind.
So you.
Did you know 25 years ago, this is what you done?
I know.
And I was there.
Same.
And today in the truck. You're filming in the truck.
In the truck.
It's fantastic.
Yep.
You're getting
Just
kicked
getting
out.
too cold.
She doesn't like it.
Sorry. I can scare them off. So, did you get to see the footage
Yes,
on the
I did
weekend?
see the footage of it.
Do you think now that it was worthwhile?
Yes.
It's very special.
Yeah.
But you open the door, just leave it open.
No.
Just leave it open.
I think it's good rest. I think it's unique.
Yeah, no, it's good.
And I think it's worthwhile persevering
Come over here.
and enjoying.
No, it's good.
Not
Very
just for yourself, but this next phase will be, but for your grandkids and their kids.
Grandkids.
So if you like how Nonna, is it Nonna? Or how,
She's grandma.
No, I won't be grandma either.
no, grandfather.
No, he was not.
And Nonna was, he passed his on.
Yep.
And he's not around for it. But this will be how you guys are continuing.
That's
So
right.
rather than the women not saying anything, and not doing anything, I think it's time that they step forward.
No, okay.
And I think it's not so hard.
No.
It's basically telling me how you feel.
Yeah. I have to run away now. I've got to keep going.
The next time, I'll be back on Friday.
Oh, he's back. He's coming back.
With the strawberries.
You want one?
No. Yeah, you love one.
I won't be here on Friday.
She wants to help Mum move the computer or something.
Chris can move the computer for Mum again. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just going to say something.
Oh, you got it, huh?
What do you think, Mum?
Yeah, she's pretty good.
Yeah? What's good about it?
Oh, what isn't good about her?
Are you the favourite child?
Yeah, I'm the golden child. I'm the golden.
You're the golden one.
Marcus is the favourite, but I'm the golden.
So, what did you learn from her?
Oh, pretty much everything from Mum. Dad taught us work and Mum taught us everything else.
So what's that?
Life.
Is that engaging with the eye business?
Engaging with the eye? Yeah, exactly. And
Did you
how
learn
to
that from
turn
Mum?
and how to turn from the camera and run.
Doing which computer you want Chris to get?
Oh, where's the computer?
It's in the boot of the car again, isn't it?
No, in the back seat I was.
In the back seat.
So, what other things did you learn from her?
Oh, everything. Everything. Mum was pretty good.
Fresh from Joel's bite today.
Beautiful.
Look at the quality, eh?
What a guy.
What a guy. Is your mum fresh? Is she fresh?
Yeah, she's fresh.
Yeah.
She's fresh.
She only just got to work.
So, tell me about her joining together. Tell me about closer. Tell me about her. Which is your favourite?
I'm not sure, mate.
Dad or Mum? Who did you learn the most from?
I probably learnt the most from Mum. Yeah,
Well, you usually do, don't you?
exactly.
Yeah.
We spend more time with Mum as kids too.
Yeah.
I mean, I was always at work. Mum was there with us, babysitting us, looking after us, kicking out bums. And that was Mum.
Did you play with her?
No. No.
No cricket?
No.
No
She used to
wrestling?
come always watch.
Yeah. Oh, she did what?
Yeah, she used to come watch all the games.
So she supported you in that way?
Cricket, soccer,
I
whatever
watched
I
him play
played.
2 games.
Out of 200.
Well, you're always working, weren't you? That's the sad thing about the life you've chosen, isn't it?
It's a downfall, but would you change it? I wouldn't.
You
I wouldn't. It'd be nice to have your old man there and that, but we understood as kids why he wasn't there, what he was doing for us as kids.
And a couple of times I did go. Joel always knew I was going to be there. Because Christine would prime him up to do it. And he said, quick, the old man's coming. He's here, we better play the best. And he'd always stuff it up. Because the nerves got him. True?
100%.
What about some of your material, cooking? Tell me about a cooking. What's that?
Oh, you won't find a better cook.
Is that what? Tell me about a cooking.
Oh, it's fantastic. Whatever you want. She's got my menu down pat.
And what's his menu?
What's on the menu?
Oh, what's on the menu? Oh. Basically, whatever Joel wants is what we have. That's what it is.
So you trained her well?
Yeah, done a good
Yes.
job.
He doesn't take his dirty clothes down to the laundry. Christine takes him. Doesn't take his empty bottles from his bedroom. Christine takes him. He doesn't want this, so Christine cooks something else, and then something else, and something else. Then we get the pillows all nice and straight up on the couch, and Joel turns them all upside down, so we'll do it the next day again. What else?
Anything else you want to add?
That runs out of drinks in the fridge, we fill it up for him. What else?
Coffee, you may as well make him a coffee.
Coffee too. Every morning I've got to make him coffee.
So, what time is it?
I
We
don't
go get
know.
a watch.
No, I bought it for myself.
You bought it for yourself?
Yeah.
You have to buy things for yourself?
That's
or
right.
Do they think of you and buy it for you?
No, I have
They
to
never
buy
do?
for myself, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What car do you drive? What type of car?
Jag.
Who bought that?
Yeah, he bought that.
With her money.
He's smart, isn't he?
Makes me look good.
Did he buy a little Jag for you as well?
A little Jag?
Yeah,
No.
as well?
No, only a
A
big
little
one.
runabout to run.
No, only
with the
big Jag.
There's an idea. Then she can leave the big one here and she doesn't have to get the gutter scuffed.
I'm taking
I
a
don't
big
hit
one
gutters
straight in.
anymore.
Anymore.
Now I jinx myself, haven't I? Oh well.
Are you glad you chose this male business?
This male business.
Yeah. What's the name again? What do you pronounce it?
What? Go Troppo?
No.
No, which male business? Oh, Commisso. Commisso. Yes.
Yeah, you glad
Are
you
you
chose the
serious?
Commisso range? You glad you excuse me?
Oh.
You be quiet, please.
Yeah.
Are you glad you chose?
Sorry.
It's okay. The Commisso roots.
Oh, it hasn't been so bad.
What hasn't been so bad?
Oh. Well, I'm still here. Oh yeah, got two fantastic boys.
Right,
Yeah, most of the time it's okay.
Well, that's
He's a little bit slow in his old age. He's a little bit slow in his old age. What used to take me a night now takes me a month. As the old Italians say, bastonata is hard, but bascalata is easy. So when you're walking up the hill, it's hard, but coming back down the hill is easy. That's what the Italians used to say.
Are you Italian?
No.
So why did you choose Italian?
Yeah, why?
Why?
Yeah,
I don't think I particularly went out to choose an Italian.
But he came along.
He just came along.
He came along.
Came
you
along.
had to make a conscious decision to keep going
Yeah,
with it. Because they're
I
different,
kept
you
him,
know?
yeah.
They're not the same as the others.
No.
Are
I
they?
do apologise to the children sometimes for it, but
But she was an Aussie.
Yeah.
That's what she apologises
Did you
for.
go out with the Aussie guys?
yeah.
So you would notice a difference.
Oh yeah, it is very different. It's a bit of a culture shock when you first come along.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, very scary. They're all very loud and there's lots of them and you think, oh boy. But anyway, I survived.
And they all know these different names of all these different people. How do you remember that? These families, you know, where they connect.
Oh, you just do. Remember them all.
Who was your favourite?
Who was my favourite?
Yeah.
Oh, no favourites.
Didn't learn anything from anyone in particular? Showed you the way?
No, they've all been pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You learnt more from the women or from the men?
I think it would be the same.
About the same?
Yeah. Yep.
It probably has been the same, eh? Because the women, my brother's wife was Aussie. My other brother's wife, she was an Aussie, the first one.
So you weren't alone.
No, there's a couple of us.
Do you stick together or do you like the Italians more?
No.
Who
I
do you
would say
relate to
like,
more?
no, we all relate in different ways. Yeah.
What about when they come up with these Italian sayings all the time? Does that drive you nuts?
No, she says it herself sometimes.
Yeah.
She says it herself sometimes.
No, they're all pretty good.
And the kids will learn
Okay.
a bit of
What
Italian
about
slang.
the ones that are pretty good, what are the ones that are pretty bad? Who's your
No, we
least
better
favourite?
not talk. No, we're not talking about it.
Who's been the most challenging?
I don't want to be rude. I better get back to work.
Thank you. See you on Friday.
I'll see you on Friday.
Yeah. Who's been the most challenging?
My mother.
Yes, I agree with that one. Yeah.
Because I was bringing an Aussie into an Italian household.
Yeah, of course.
And they didn't like that. Dad did, but not Mum.
He would have loved that.
Yeah, because I worked close enough together.
He would have fallen in love with him.
Yeah. He loved it, he
But Mum was
embraced it.
tough, was he?
But Mum, oh, yeah. I remember sleeping with Christine one day in my sister's house in Sydney. And there was me, my two brothers, my two sisters, and then Christine. And my mum wanted to kill me because I slept in the same room as Christine.
But with everybody else.
and there was 5 people in front of us. And Mum goes, out there, and come this way, then.
Oh, yeah.
What is she like now?
Oh no, she's all right now. She mellowed a bit once I had a son.
Ah, so that...
Yeah, that made a bit of a difference.
A big difference.
Yeah.
Big difference.
It's an important thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, they're more important than anything, you know?
Yes. Yeah. I'm going to have to run because if I don't pay everybody, they're not going to turn up tomorrow.
That's why. So, can you say that again to me?
I got a bad memory. I said, that's why I asked you if we can bring Dad's story into me, because I want to take my story to my kids so it becomes their story because they're involved in it, and hopefully it'll take their story with their kids in 30 odd years time, 25 years time, and they'll be looking at this video saying, oh, there's Nonno, look at great Nonno, look at this Nonno. And that's what I want, or grandmother, and that's the idea of it. It's not about what happened in the 1920s, it's what happened in the 1900s, you know, 86.
2020s.
Yeah, 2020s, 86. I think we first watched my dad, and that's where I want to take it into, to the kids of my kids. And hopefully their kids will take it to their kids. And in 100 years' time, if the tape quality that manual uses is good enough, it'll last.
So, do you think we're doing that? Do you think we're doing that?
We are doing that. We are doing that.
Excuse me,
Where's the-
just passing by.
What are you doing?
Time the Mickey Mouse car.
So, do you think that we're honouring the past but also honouring the present?
Well, this is true. Yes,
Do you
yes.
think that's important?
That's very important.
The present.
Yep. Oh, yeah. The past is in the past.
So we're talking about the present and the future, right?
Yep, that's it. So I'm going to have to sneak off and finish these pays.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Back to the finish up on. Ciao. Bella, Bella.